Here at Citizen Television. I hope you guys are getting as educated as we are on the eve of the budget reading, folks. We'll talk about dreams and expectations. Kenneth Onyango represents the Border Association. Eddie Butita represents content creators. Caroline Nyambura represents Mama Mboga. Imagine that. And Waithaka Gatumia is a financial expert. He's with CEO of Centonomy. In the break, we're talking about this thing called turnover tax, which is part of the budget. And they said 3%, meaning, and I think they lowered it from people earning 500,000 to 15 million, which involves all these people here. They'll be required to pay that turnover tax.
Now, I'm not sure about that. I believe it's where it's an individual company is doing that level. But I think you'll probably get a few more tax experts coming in to help you with that and the understanding around it. What I want us to understand is tax is a fact of life.
Absolutely, and we're not disputing that. But only 3 million of us pay taxes.
And we have given our views. If it passes, it passes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. What we have to do is to become creative. And that's what we were saying before the break. And Eddie was asking, I can't cook. And it's so expensive and it takes time and everything. And he was saying it works for a family. Eddie, how many guys do you work with at the office?
At the office?
Plus minus.
Okay. On a normal day, the ones that are present at the office are 12. But there are ones that
Is that not a family? So that's a family.
Someone should cook for 12 people.
Yes.
My supper.
They cook for you there, and you carry home.
But you said something when we were on a break that you have, maybe I should focus on me.
No, I'm saying what I'm trying to say is is you are a family. So if you said, like what we did, we found a guy, we were talking about employment. We found a chef. There are many chefs there on the street who are looking for work. Hire that guy to cook for you guys. Yeah,
because for the office, I can agree. We used to buy lunch, and it was very expensive for that.
Don't buy lunch.
But for individual supper now.
That's what I'm saying. As a team, say we are now a family. All of us need to eat.
Yes.
If we hire this one guy and we purchase the food that he's going to cook, we agree on what the menu is, everyone agrees, you will reduce your cost. What I'm trying to say is if we sit back and say the problem is outside, Sirikali nisaidie, governor nisaidie, my family, I didn't go to the right school. If we stay at that level, we never move forward.
Yes. Correct.
And so thank you to everyone who's giving their positions on this thing. But once it passes, what are we going to do? And that's what I'm here to challenge. Because we can talk all we want about these taxes. We can talk all about the economy. We can talk all about this. But I was shocked. Let me talk to the Boda team, if I may. Because one of my cousins is a Boda rider. And I was asking him, during the day when you're sitting there, what are you doing? And at that time, he was just like, see, we're waiting for customers. And I said, that's an amazing job for him. I don't know what it's like for the others. Because if I sat at the office and waited for the customers to come to me, I would never get anything. I'm sitting here, Jeff, in the middle of the night. Why? Because I'm looking for customers. I need the brand to go out there. I need to be able to get the message out so that there is growth. Yeah. So even for my cousin, I challenged him. When you're sitting there, are there businesses in your corner who are looking to get some work done? Have you gone and asked?
Like biker services?
Exactly. There's a sense in which we are waiting for everyone else to help. And I was challenging my cousin. I told you it may be different for others. But I was telling him, don't wait. Go and look for that work.
Jeff,
Kenneth, go on.
Have you managed, or maybe in one of these fine days, you've used the services for Uber, is it Uber Taxi or even Uber Boda? Because for us, we used to do manual Boda. But they say change is like a rest. When it comes, you have to embrace it.
Correct.
So we also embrace the online way of actually doing Boda. The reason why we say government's idea, Sisi, is because these guys from Uber and wherever, they've been allowed by government to come and do their operations here. Most of them are coming from Europe, they're not here. And the platforms they have given us, which has been embraced by so many Kenyans, for us to use their services, they actually charge us also another tax, which they call commission, which is 25% for every trip. So if, for instance, today I carry someone from CBD to Westlands and I charge 200 shillings, 200 shillings, they will deduct 25%.
In Uber, easy Boda.
In Uber, 25%. which is you go there and subscribe and with your bike and you get into their platform. They're only giving you that app. The wear and tear is for you, the rider. Fuel, ni wewe rider. All the taxes, your counties, it's you, the rider. So you see, all this 25%, how does the government come in to caution the normal rider so that these guys don't take the entire 25% back to Europe? So that they can help us. Because the only thing we need to keep on being in business. And the government need to rein in on these people because wanafanya most of the accidents that you are seeing today. The other day I was actually reading the government, 5% of government GDP goes to accident, which kulingana na vile kwa naangalia is around 350 billion. The reason why this accident keeps on increasing, involving border and the small cars, hizo ni Uber too.
Yes.
This guy is on phone.
Anaangalia directions.
And you know very well, men wanaume wengi wanasemekanaga they cannot multitask. So you are on the steering, but at the same time on phone, you are looking at the direction. Simu ingine inalia huku, unataka kazi ingine.
Uoni hiyo gari ikikuja. Before you realize you are on a ditch. It's because people are watu wako na stress. Na watu hawana insurance.
Watu hawana insurance. People are working 24 hours because it is very hard. Yeah. Now, the other day, mimi nimepata message hapa nimetumiwa from school. At this time, prepare very early because your children are coming back home early. Hawatamaliza term. Reason? You've not either finished school fees or the school cannot keep on staying with their child in school, in the boarding schools, because the government has not released funds to school.
Wow.
It's very difficult. Now, the other day, coming back to the issue of mambo ya health. Kwa sababu, remember ile pesa tulikuwa tumebakisha yangu ya boda around 600 shillings. Which food iko hapo, everything and all things.
Ujakula.
Bado tujaongea mambo ya madawa, mtoto amegonjeka. Jeff, we were being told to pay 500 shillings to NHIF. Most of the hospitals today I go, naenda na mtoto atibiwe, they're asking us this very funny question. Are you a civil servant? When they're taking our money, they don't ask us whether we are civil servants. When you go to the hospital, you are told we cannot cover you unless it is inpatient.
Si uko na NHIF.
Uko na NHIF. Lakini you cannot be treated. They are telling you unless you are inpatient. Now, unless you select the hospital, but you are also asked this question of, are you a civil servant? The government, when they are taking our money, is there a way in which they can follow up and see whether we are getting service? Chief, it is practically outside there. We are not getting service for our money. We pay, but we are still suffering. That's why the other day the governor did an overhaul of an hospital board, Mama Lucy Hospital, because people are dying there. You pay all your money, but you're not getting service. And this is a very same person that is toiling from morning to evening to get this very same money.
Every day.
Every single day.
Caroline Nyambura, do you agree?
Yes.
Inakuwaga hivi huko?
Inakuwa hivyo. Amesema tu vile inakuanga. Unaulizwa, wewe ni civil servant. Na ukitoa pesa ulizwi chochote. Paka uwe admitted ndio itakusaidia. Hiyo ni ukweli kabisa amesema. Kitu kingine ningeongezea hapo amesema. Government lazima iangalie pesa zetu vizuri. Ninaweza sijui ama nitakuwa nimevuka mipaka, lakini ningesema hospitali. Unaona vile imefanywa Mama Lucy? Nafikiri karibu hospitali zote. Labda tu Kenyatta ibaki. Wako tu na services poa. Their way of doing their thing iko tu sawa. Lakini hizo hospitali zingine utalia.
Kivipi?
Like in Mathare Mental Hospital.
Yeah.
Ukienda hapo. Utaratibu is so confusing. Utaratibu hakuna. Hakuna utaratibu. Nimeenda hapo, si unajua watoto wetu wamekuwa on drugs.
Yes.
So ukipeleka mtoto hapo hivyo, daktari ni mmoja na ni 24 hours. Wagonjwa wametoka, na ujua ndi hospitali peke yake tuko nayo ya mental health. The whole country. So watu wametoka Melo, Isiolo, kila mahali na daktari ni mmoja. Wakiwa wengi ni wawili.
Kwa hivyo watangoja siku mzima.
Utapata watu hata saa labda utapata kuna watu hapo saa hizi. Na environment si kama hivyo, sio yani unasikia ndio ile hospitali kubwa Kenya mzima. Hata si Kenya mzima, East and Central Africa. Lakini the environment ni kama hospitali kwa Murang'a.
No, Waithaka, their complaints are legitimate. You're taxed, you pay through your nose, and you don't get the services.
Yeah. Let's say this, and I know I'm not here to be the advocate for the government. Let me say this. I'm also a citizen, and I receive the services just like them. And as you said, if the roads are not working, if there is poor service at whatever level, if you're paying 200 shillings at the tank, you are in trouble. Business is difficult, and that's true. But imagine that healthcare actually happens. Even that one doctor is there, or the two. Hopefully we'll get more of them. And I love that attitude of saying, can you please make sure that the money is being managed well? And it's a problem at all levels. So now I feel like, I hope people don't feel like I was attacking you about your money. I was just trying to challenge us, because all of us are struggling. And if we get it, it helps at every level. So if I can manage my home, then I can manage my business. If I can manage my business, then there'll be pressure to manage even within the government. And that's what we're trying to do as a nation. If there's no cash coming in, then where do we hire the teachers? Where do we hire the doctors? But the problem that we have been having, let me state it clearly, is if money is leaving and going in the wrong way. If we cannot address the corruption issue, we will always be in this cycle. Yeah. And those economies that have found ways to break through are the ones that plugged all the loopholes. Now, a huge shift in our lifetime, let's be honest, is the movement towards digital payment services, where it's no longer you're meeting one person on the other. We hope that in the back end, nothing is going on. But it helps that now I'm not having to do, having to smooth the transaction wherever you go to get services in those places. So if we can embrace that and be, I guess, grateful for those small shifts, they're good. But we have still a long way to go as a nation. Good. We have to plug those holes.
Eddie Butita, tell me something.
Yes, I think one of the things we must be keen on is enabling work environments or certain industries. Because when they said something about content creation and that conversation was hot, we tried to raise this issue of we want to understand the ideas behind tax, the idea behind this whole new thing of the budget. And we were asked a very simple question of how do we enable your industry so that you can make enough to also be able to pay the tax and also be able to sustain yourselves.
Sure.
And you are like, these are our issues. And even the other day, I was privileged to meet the president and the MD for YouTube, the Google team. And we were asking for certain things that when they are enabled, we can be able to make more money. And you see such things when, okay, there are some that were enabled already, others are in the process. This act will increase our income to a certain level. So it becomes easy to be able to sustain ourselves and even to be able to navigate around, to pay the tax that is happening. So I think enabling certain environments is also key.
But some of you guys, let's admit, Eddie, some of you guys, content creators, you live large. We see you on social media, man. You have those gas guzzlers, muna floss, muna nini, helicopters.
Because
that's
now creating content. And that's
showbiz content.
That's showbiz. Because Jeff, I know you personally. You have, I know you had an MG Mercedes. You bought that. Maybe I'm your friend. I want to do something with that AMG. Come to Jeff. You give me a Mercedes, I shoot something. Kinaitwa kipindre, napiga kipindi, ina trend. Hii kitu si yangu, it's a show, me I'm doing a show. Others, yes, kuna zile zenyewe watu wamezinunua ukweli. Ziko sawa, but that's part of our work, it's showbiz. That's how we make our money.
Na do ku display do kwa nini kwa social media, do inatoka wapi?
Hiyo inaitwa setting. Hiyo ni setting. So most of the time
anasema hiyo ni ya mafuta.
Mimi niko kazi. That's what I'm saying. Me, I'll keep on doing that. And when it is enabled to make more money, we have no problem. That's the same thing you're mentioning. If she makes 600 per day, and maybe akienda pale kwa soko, kuna fee analipa ya soko, kuna sijui pesa ya usafi, kuna nini. If that environment is enabled, then she takes home a huge share of the money. Haikatiki pale kwa kazi. Yeye ni boda rider pale. Sawa. request ni kidogo, barabara ni mbaya, ende polepole, nini. If that environment is enabled, then the money becomes enough. So that's my point. If we might not have a miracle for increasing, for sustaining what we have now, but if we enable the environments, we can make enough to be able to do a lot of things.
I'm going to take another break, come back, talk about mwisho wa mwezi ikifika. Yeah, Bura. Mwisho wa mwezi ikifika. Bas. Aya, think about it. We're having a great conversation here, folks, on the eve of the budget reading. We'll talk about dreams and aspirations and expectations. I tell you, these are genuine expectations. These are genuine dreams. These are genuine thoughts. What are your thoughts? We'll get to the magic board when we come back. In the meantime, keep tweeting at Koinange Jeff, at Citizen TV Kenya, the hashtag JKLIVE. JKLIVE takes a break. We'll be back.